overall in my life, it'd be better to like at least see my wife for an hour rather than like,
sack it off.
Because I thought like if I did, what did you just say?
Sack it off.
Oh, sack it off. Okay.
We're just a couple of business anchors. Welcome to the Business Anchors podcast. This jingle is slightly too long. This jingle is slightly too long.
Let's save some time and avoid doing this whole episode, Lloyd. What is the perfect morning routine for busy marketers and business owners?
I'll get straight into it and tell you my perfect routine.
Okay, go on then.
So I wake up at 2:30 a.m. 2:45 a.m. prayer time. Do some praying.
Yeah, okay.
3:15 a.m. have breakfast. And then between 3:40 and 5:15 a.m. I work out. 5:30 a.m. basically afternoon now. Post-workout meal.
Mm-hmm.
6 a.m. have a shower. 7:30 a.m. play some golf. 8 a.m. have a snack. And then 9:30 a.m. just before I start work, do some cryo chamber recovery.
For some reason, I don't believe you.
Why?
Because one, our gym doesn't open till 6 a.m, so you can't go at 5 something.
Yeah, well, not to normal members like you.
2, you haven't got a cryo chamber. Have you?
No, that was Mark Wahlberg's morning routine.
Right.
Famously, he put out on the internet, and it's been talked about ever since. Because waking up at 2:30, I can't see any world where that is going to be a positive thing. If I woke up at 2:30 every day, by the time I would see any other human, I'd be absolutely knackered and horrible. It's 7. I'll be like, I'm ready for bed. You're waking up.
I hate these wanky morning routines. There is so much crap that is that actually genuinely is that a thing that he's done to go viral?
It
or is that
was.
actually...
I believe he's now said, "Oh no, now I don't do that. I get up at 3:30 or 4 now."
But surely, by the time you start your day, you're fucked.
I suppose that routine, if he has a life and people he loves that fits around, so like everyone in his life goes to bed at 4 p.m. Then I'd be like, imagine all your family are on that shift. Then it's like, okay, fair enough. Like,
in what world does everyone you love go to bed at 4 p.m?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I can't see a world where it makes, because surely he doesn't like. Does he see his family or like because? Well, I'm just assuming he's going to go to bed early because otherwise,
you
can't go to bed at midnight and wake up at 2:30 a.m. Can you?
Just a quick nap and then
just like, and up again. That's like, and if you miss your bedtime, like, oh shit, I was watching that film. Oh, it's 1 a.m.
Just
so then
stay
you're like,
awake.
I've only got 90 minutes. I'll stay awake then.
That is mental.
Yeah, but you saying about these cringy morning routines. Me and you are going to go through our morning routines. And I bet there's some people out there that probably think there's elements of ours that are cringy.
I have looked at some of your notes and I actually didn't realise how cringe you actually are. Some of the things you do. I'm excited to get into those.
Okay, but I'm just going to put this out there.
Yeah.
Right? I've been in a really good morning routine and my health and happiness been improving big time. I've been out of that routine for like the last week. And I feel so much shitter. Not to put a downer on this podcast, but I've noticed myself getting out of some of these habits literally this week. Yeah. And my life's going downhill.
I think I'm in a similar place to you. I remember when we said about doing this episode, and the reason I wanted to do this is because I felt like we had both nailed a morning routine that genuinely does make us healthier and happier. And I thought the anchors would find it interesting. And like you said, I've also got that morning routine for this weekend, and I feel much worse. But I think like there's lots of good things that we've learned.
You're a shit person.
I'm a shit person.
As long as you know that. So we're going to talk through our morning routines and I suppose why we do things and how, the effects of that. Do you want to go through your routine first, or shall I go through my real routine? Because I don't do Mark Wahlberg's.
Let's go through your routine first. I'm interested in some of this cringe stuff you've written.
Okay. Are you ready for the cringe? So first thing, don't think it's too cringe. We won't go on about it too long because we've spoken about Whoop bands a lot on these podcasts because we're a big fan. But I go to bed at a time that allows me to get at least 90% of the sleep my Whoop band tells me I need for peak performance. So I think I used to try and do 100%. But then there were some days where it's telling me to go to bed at 8:30, and I'm thinking, I think overall in my life it'd be better to like at least see my wife for an hour rather than
sack it off.
Because I thought like if I What did you just say?
Now sack it off.
Oh, sack it off. Okay. Okay. I had a bit of a brain fart there because that wasn't what I thought you said,
No.
and I didn't reference it. Anyway, sack it off. Yes. Oh God, it's really thrown me. My mind's in other
So
places.
you were talking about going to bed, get 90%.
Yeah, I used to think 100%, but I thought if I end up getting divorced because my wife's like, you go to bed at 7 every night.
But
I
you
never
got
see you.
100%.
But I got yeah. So I aim for 90%, and I do think, again, won't go on about Whoop Band, but that does really help me.
That's a
get
good tip,
into
actually.
good
Yeah,
place.
help you sleep. Get something to track your sleep.
Yeah. I also we're not even at the morning yet. We're the day before.
Yeah.
This is my morning routine. No caffeine after 2 p.m. because the guys at work know, and they warn me sometimes if I try and get 1/2 coffee.
We did have a
I
bit
will
of
not
bit of an episode a few weeks ago in the office. Lloyd had a Tengzinger, which is like an energy drink at 3 or something, 4, and you basically didn't sleep the whole night and you looked awful the next day.
Yeah. So basically, I can't have a good morning routine if I have too much caffeine or don't get my sleep. So I know caffeine affects people in different ways, but I would say look at the science. If you're one of those people that is like, no, I take a coffee to bed, like my father-in-law, doesn't affect me at all. Why are you taking naps in the afternoon then, mate? It basically, there's no way that it can't affect your sleep. So anyway.
Such a burn.
I also don't look at my phone in bed.
Yeah.
If I'm on it. This week, I've been looking at it.
Yeah.
Bad boy. Don't know why I just called myself a bad boy in such a weird way. And I also read because that helps me get my sleep. So, weird. I have just reflected on this. Most of this
Bedtime routine.
is my bedtime routine. But, and I wear a sleep mask. Still bedtime. Okay, ready?
Yeah. So that was the pre.
That was the pre-morning. So I actually start earlier than Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, you do.
I start at 2 p.m. the day before. But 6 a.m. I get woken up by my Whoop Band. And, oh shit, talking about it again.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually really good. If you share a bed with someone, and not boasting too much, but I do. My Whoop Band just vibrates, so your alarm doesn't wake up your partner.
Oh.
Yeah. So
interesting feature there.
That's good. An interesting Whoop Band feature. I realised what you're saying about cringe. Just in the next bullet point.
Here we go. Say it out loud, Lloyd. You wrote it.
Oh, I don't want to now, though.
What do you do after your 6 a.m. Whoop Band waking up?
Before I leave the bedroom, I kiss my wife. I think
I know that.
when I wrote this, I wasn't really thinking about saying it on a podcast.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just funny that it's part of your routine.
No, but I just know. You know when you hear horror stories of like, oh, you left and then you never see him again or something.
Yeah. What? Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
So even if she's asleep, you kiss her.
yeah.
Well, so you wake her up.
Not like a passionate one while she's sleeping. just a peck, even on the cheek, peck on the cheek.
Okay.
Just like, because I'm leaving.
Yeah.
See ya.
Has she ever caught you doing it?
Yeah. Oh, no, not caught me. She wants me to.
Go on, let's keep going.
Okay, yeah. Well, this isn't going as well as I thought. My morning routine was really gonna. Anyway, right. This is where you should listen. That you don't have to kiss my wife. Please don't. Next thing, less cringy, hopefully. I drink some water.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
And this is something that actually was a game changer. Oh, right, guys. Everyone behind the scenes is just still cracking up at me kissing my wife, I think.
We know for a fact you're drinking water at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, guys, but I drink weirdly. I put my tongue in the drink before
Oh,
anyway.
so creepy.
Right, let's get back to it, guys. I drink water like that. Now, this is actually a game changer. I got this from Atomic Habits, and it actually has had such a positive effect. I put my gym clothes on that are already laid out in my bathroom. So I leave my wife asleep. Obviously, she has been kissed. And Yeah, and before when I was like, oh, I'm going to the gym and I didn't have my clothes ready, I reckon I only went to the gym a third of the time that I said. But now, every time, I'm just like, cool, I'm going.
You don't want to put your gym clothes like back in the wardrobe.
No,
you know what I mean? That's like depressing.
Clean gym clothes back in. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. But we're laughing, but that probably is part of the reason that makes it's a good thing.
100%. And I say, oh no, yeah, I put another. Right, this is another cringe one. So I say goodbye to Leo because normally he's awake by the time I leave, like 6:30 or something.
Yeah.
And so again, reading this seems cringy, but I think it's good. So I read a thing once, right? Normally, previously, I used to say to Leo, right, see you later, be a good boy. Right? And now, so cringy saying it.
Just say it.
Now I tell him to have a fun day instead of being a good boy. I read it somewhere that it's a really good thing to do because if you just say like, be a good boy, then they just, in their mind, they're just like, oh, I've just got to
be good.
I've just got to be good, and if I'm not,
I like that.
That is so I tell him to have a fun day. Okay,
well done.
Less cringy than kissing sleeping women. Then, this is where I see you most mornings.
Yeah, go on. Where do you see me, Lloyd?
Then I go to the gym for between 35 and 50 minutes in there, and I initially, when I got into the gym routine, I used to just go and say, I just have to go in, doesn't matter how long I do. And that got me into the habit because sometimes I'd go in, I'd literally do 20 minutes and I'd leave. But I'd be like, that's better than nothing. And then I did half an hour and now I do 35 minutes as a minimum. Nice. So it's getting bigger. So.
You go, girl.
Thank you. Then, this is where I often see Dan and lots of other old men. I have a sauna for 15 minutes.
Yep.
Then I have a cold shower. And then I go into the outdoor pool. This is sounding very middle class there. Go to the outdoor pool with my gym and I do some stretching of my legs and stuff while being in the outdoor pool, cooling off and stuff.
Nice.
And that mentally, that time in the outdoor pool, out in the air, is really positive for me. I think it like wakes me up and I kind of natural light in my eyes and get ready for the day.
Nice.
Then something that I've really noticed changing my day, I used to drive to the work and listen to Radio 4, which was normally the news, and I used to feel really negative.
You just said drive to the work.
Did I? Oh, is that why you're sniggering behind? Drive to the work. Okay. Drive to work. Yeah. I was thinking, what's funny about what I've said? But I realised I think it just makes me feel very negative.
Yeah, I don't listen to the news
starting
anymore.
your day like listening to the news.
I don't listen to the news anymore at all.
Right, this horrific stuff's happening around the world. So now I drive to the work, and most of the time, I just said it again, didn't I? I just said drive to the work again. Yeah. What is going on? Right. I think I need to change my routine because something's going terribly wrong. I drive to work listening to My First Million podcast. Nice. And because they're usually talking about successful businesses and stuff, I'm usually quite motivated by that, feeling good. And then I like, when I'm in my good routine, I have 30 minutes like before most other people start work, so I can like get settled and plan my day's activities. I find that is a really good way to start the day. Otherwise, it's a bit hectic starting.
That is really interesting. I want to hear the opposite version of this. And what did your morning routine used to be like? You know, when you went to university and you were like non-healthy Lloyd. Yeah. Was it like a lot different to that, or did you?
Can I tell you a morning that I remember because it was so horrific? I remember so I don't know if they still do this because I'm not on the pizza and vodka diet anymore. But I remember being in my room at uni. Right, picture this. This is mental. Okay. Yeah. Picture this.
Is it the bed kebab?
Or is no. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. So I wake up in my room at uni. It's freezing cold and like mouldy and stuff because my house is rank. And it's like 11 a.m. and I was supposed to be at uni at 9. Yeah. But
so start your day having a lion. That's the first tip.
Start your dad. I can't say anything today. Start your day, have a lion, and don't go to educate yourself. And do that so often that you get a strongly worded letter saying you will be thrown off your course if you continue. Then, right, this is horrific. I get up to go to the toilet and my feet are wet, because I've just remembered, because this happened yesterday. My mates pranked me and turfed my floor.
Oh yeah.
Like they actually put turf down, which is like funny when but then when you get out the shower and you're wet and then you're on mud. Yeah. Anyway, so I remember waking up. Went for a wee, got back in bed like, oh, this is horrible. I feel really hungover and stuff because of all those 1 pound vodka and Red Bulls I was having. And then, right, so I feel ashamed at this. Domino's used to do a 2 for Tuesday deal. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah.
Get 2 pizzas. So a lot of me and my housemates, we used to just order 2 pizzas just for ourselves.
What, each?
Yeah. Bless you. Oh, just get that snot off your shoulder there, Dan.
Sorry.
This episode is going in all sorts of directions, isn't it? Anyway.
Carry on.
So
you ordered 2 for Tuesdays?
Yeah. Ate one the night before we went out. Then I didn't even put the other one in the fridge, just put it on a chair next
easy
to my bed.
access for breakfast.
Yeah. And then I was all hungover, muddy feet, 11 a.m. I just remember just like eating it out the box next to me.
You piece of
this
shit.
non-refrigerated pizza that's cold and horrific.
That sounds depressing.
Yeah, and then after you do that, you just curl up and you go to sleep for a couple more hours. So that's my worst morning routine. I remember.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm overweight. Yeah. Anyway,
that was interesting. Sorry, I really enjoyed
I feel
that.
Right, Dan. We need to. I would like us to laugh at your stuff you do, because
I don't know how funny
really
it is.
Painted me in a bad light this episode.
So, some of the things I have similar to you. So, my morning routine starts the night before by going to bed at like 9, so that I can try and get enough sleep. Well, I don't think I get enough sleep compared to you. I don't get as much sleep because I see on my Whoop band you get like 9 or 10 hours a night or something crazy like that.
No, not that long.
Is it not that much?
Like over 8 though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 young kids, so I have to go to bed early. At the moment, my youngest just wakes up multiple times through the night, so I just have to go to bed early whatever happens, and know I'm going to be up in the night.
Is he not aware of your morning routine?
He's not aware of it, no.
No.
And no, neither's my fiance either. I tend to get an elbow to go and have to deal with my kids when they wake
Maybe
up.
it's because you haven't got kissing her in your routine.
I should add that, yeah. So that's start the night before. And if I'm really feeling in doing my morning routine well, there's different levels to doing your morning routine.
Mm.
If I'm really on it, having a bath the night before and being all like nice and cozy in bed. Do you do that? Or is that?
I never wash. I like twice a year I'll have a bath before I go to bed. But it is good every time I do it, and I think, I should do this more.
Yeah,
but
it makes you feel cozy and nice. So having a bath before bed, that's nice. Also, big believer in not being on your phone. I stopped doing that a couple of years ago, and it's been really good. Because it like the blue, is it blue light in your eyes and stuff keeps you awake? Now and also what I found was I'd go on my phone, look at stuff, and then I'd see something to do with work or something else, and I'd just think about that in bed. Yeah. And you don't want to be thinking about stuff when you're trying to go to sleep. I find
that's a big thing. Even if it's not work, you're seeing, you think you've got this thing in your hand that's showing you everywhere in the world and everyone doing everything. Yeah. It's like, oh, what a surprise. This isn't helping me sleep. And my brain is like so buzzing. Yeah.
So I don't look at that. So I go to bed and then I read a bit of my book, similar to you. And then I've got this weird strategy. So when Logan wakes up at night, when I have to go and get him and food, milk and stuff, I keep my eyes half squinted.
Oh, I wondered why you were doing that.
I keep my eyes half squinted so that my brain doesn't think I'm properly awake. So then I go and get milk with my eyes squinted. I don't look at my phone or anything. And then I get the milk and I give it to him. And then I go back to bed without fully opening my eyes.
So how can you not see?
No, you can see because you squint. But then it tends to, then I tend to not be so.
Dan's morning routine starts with walking around your house squinting for 5 minutes. God, the anchors are getting some great tips.
No, it's a weird one, but it's something I've tried. And then similar to you, I have the vibrating Whoop band alarm at 5:20.
5:20, yeah. See, I can't do that.
Then I have
5:20.
The gentle phone alarm at 5:25. That's like.
So hang on, why do you need an alarm if your alarm's already gone off?
No, because I have to do this. I won't get up with just that vibrating. I won't get up.
Oh.
So that has to this. If you listen, it vibrates.
Sorry, yeah, listening. Yeah.
Vibrates. Then the gentle alarm goes off. So that's telling me, oh yeah, it's time to And then I have a loud, annoying phone alarm at 5:30, and that really tells. If I'm still in bed, then I'm like, and then finally I have an even more loud, annoying one at 5:35. That's the backup.
Does it not wake, like, obviously I'm a really good husband. And I have a silent alarm and kiss my wife before I leave the room. So you just have 4 alarms blaring and then just elbow her and
what I tend to do,
off, and then you go to work.
The silent alarm goes off. I tend to like grab my phone so it's in my hand in bed, and then I fall back to sleep, and then I've got quick access to turn the alarm off on my hand.
Okay.
And then does that make sense?
Yeah. Sorry, I just need to dive into a bit.
Yeah.
What percentage of your mornings does it get to the last stage of the alarm before
I'd say once every 2 weeks.
Okay. And
bear in mind I'm doing this 5 days a week.
What portion of your days do you get up just after the vibrating alarm?
Oh, never after the vibrating alarm.
Oh, okay.
That's not a thing.
Right.
It's after the...
Your alarm to make you hold your phone for the next alarm.
No.
Okay.
So it's never after that.
Okay.
Always tends to just be after the... I was going to say the light-hearted one. Whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Like the
twinkly,
the twinkly, easy-going one. Tends to be after that. Or the first loud one.
Okay. Interesting.
And then... So that goes off. Get up. Go to the toilet. Have a drink. Then I go to the gym for 6. So it opens at 6. Do an hour's workout. Then go in the sauna for 15 minutes.
Hello, I'm there.
Then Lloyd's there. Hello, Lloyd. Nice to see you. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. And then...
Kiss my wife.
and then I go to the outside pool for 10 minutes. And when I'm doing my really good one, I've started... I've said it's called breath work. I don't actually know if it is that. But I've started... This is actually...
Have you just thought this should be in a good morning
routine,
routine, so I'll just write
this is genuinely what I've started doing.
Okay.
I go out to the outside pool. This is when I'm not with you. Because when I'm with you or Leandro, my mate, I chat.
I was going to say, unless your breath work's just breathing while you talk.
No, when I'm not with them or with you, I'll go and then I dunk my head under the water in the outside pool, and then I lean up on the side, and then I close my eyes and I do really long, deep breaths for like 30 breaths, really slowly, and then I open my eyes and I feel really like refreshed and good.
Oh, nice.
But again, that's not all the time. But it really works when I do it. And then what do? And then I get ready, come home, see the kids. Have some overnight oats.
Yeah, so you go back home after the...
Yeah. So then I go back home, see the kids, get Brody ready for nursery, eat my overnight oats that I've started eating. If anyone wants to eat a banging breakfast, it's really good for you. Overnight oats.
Please eat it because he won't stop.
I keep going on about it. It's so good.
Oats.
Oh man, they're so good. So have that. Take Brody to nursery, and then come to work. And I sit a lot of the time. I sit in silence in the car. I used to listen to the radio, but same as you, it depresses me. Then sometimes I listen to podcasts, but now I like just thinking about stuff in the car.
I do that. It sounds weird, but sometimes I
also, if I've got a public talk coming up, I practice my talk in the car, like I did this morning for what I'm doing this week, and then go to work, and that's it.
Okay, so I would say that was less cringy than mine. I'm intrigued by. I just think, the 4 alarms. I feel like that's some wasted time you got in your morning routine there, just to be critical.
But I kind of like knowing that the alarm's gone off and knowing I don't have to instantly get out of bed. Is that a weird one or not?
But why not just... So you currently have the vibrating alarm at 5:20.
Yeah.
Why not just have the vibrating alarm at 5:35 and know that that's when you get up?
No, because I don't like the feeling of quickly getting up. Okay. I like sort of just thinking, oh no, I can.
You like the feeling of going, oh no, that was just the second alarm. It's okay. Yeah. That's what you get a kick out of that, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not relate to that though? No. So you have the vibrating alarm and you just immediately get up after you kissed your
immediately,
wife.
if not before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously after I've kissed, but actually, sometimes I have to walk around the bed to access my wife. If she's facing the wrong way.
Oh, that is real cringe.
Yeah. Because I can't be like climbing on top of her, trying to get... Imagine waking up your wife with the intention of just trying to get to her cheek to give her a peck, but you're just on her. That would be, not what you want to be doing.
So we've got quite different morning routines then.
Yeah.
Some similarities, but
There were some things I used to do that I don't, by the way.
go on.
But some of them are more cringy.
Oh,
But-
go on.
So a few years back, I used to go into my kitchen. This was in my old place I lived at. Make a cup of green tea, and I used to stare out of the window and just think of 3 things I'm grateful for. And then I think I used to think of 3 things I wanted to achieve that day, and I'd just be sipping this, looking out the window.
I'm laughing. I do get the whole gratitude thing, and that does make sense. But I just imagining you doing that.
Yeah. I was almost sort of cringing while I was doing it. But I think if you're not in a good mindset, at the gratitude thing, like you're saying, actually thinking about things, it does genuinely, basically tricks you into realising, my life's all right, actually, when you're like, oh, I'm grateful that I've got this house I'm in and just drinking a green tea and I've got a lovely family.
Yeah. So why did you stop doing that if it worked so well?
I just think I got into a new routine and probably exercising was more useful than standing looking out a window.
I am happy.
Yeah. Now I'd be like, well, if I've got to spend 15 minutes staring out a window, I'm going to be at the gym later. I'm just going to delay everything.
I also saw somewhere in the notes, I can't remember if we've gone past it, I was going to take the piss out of that whole grounded thing. You know, like people say you used to go outside and on the grass with no shoes on to feel grounded to the earth. And then
cringy,
don't you actually do that?
I have.
Oh, so it's not consistent?
No, it's not a part of my morning. I don't go out in my boxers in the back garden in the rain and stand in the grass.
When you're at uni, but just in your room. On the turf.
I was just grounding myself. No, but I went out and just... It made me laugh that I saw that, because in the summer sometimes I just go out in the garden, like stand in my bare feet, and it feels good and stuff. I know people call
what does it feel like?
Get feeling grounded. I don't know what it is. I just like standing on the grass, in bare feet. It feels good. And
do you feel grounded?
Sarah said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said I think it's called like grounding yourself. I think it's just like,
grow up.
And straight away, she was just she shouts Malcolm at me when I do things like this. Because I can't remember why she started doing that. She's like, oh my God, you're such a Malcolm. Oh, I'm grounded in my garden. So she just takes the piss out of me. But I don't do it as part of my morning routine. So before we take the piss out of me any longer, we have found some morning routines online. We might only do one. We'll see how much time we have. I'd like us to kind of vote these things and see if we think it's good or not.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through a morning routine. This first one's called the Miracle Morning, a well-known one. Okay.
Already questionable.
So you need to vote on each element, Dan.
Yeah.
You're either going to say it's BS, it's worth a try, or if you think it's actually brilliant, then it's Morning Glory, because that's a really good one in your morning routine.
So this is the Miracle Morning.
Miracle Morning.
We're starting with.
It's based on a guy called Hal Elrod's book.
Oh, what a guy.
And the routine involves the SAVERS acronym.
Oh, okay.
Love an acronym.
Yeah.
First thing, S, silence. And then in brackets it says meditation or prayer. So do you think that's BS, worth a try, or Morning Glory?
I'd say it's worth a try because it could work for you, but I don't know, I'm sort of skeptical, but
okay.
Yeah.
Next one. Something that Mark Knowlton, our dad, did for a while. I remember this. Affirmations.
So that's where you look in the mirror and say good things about yourself.
I am a strong, independent woman. Looking in the mirror. Yeah.
I'll say worth a try.
Really? Okay.
It could work.
All right. Well, you've got to try it next week then. Then V is for visualization.
I'm actually going to say Morning Glory.
Oh,
really?
Do
you know why? I've got a real example.
Okay.
Right. When I am prepping for my public speaking events, I visualize that there's a massive audience there and do it and imagine they're there so that it teaches my brain how to deal with that situation when I actually do it.
Okay.
So it actually worked for me.
Right.
But I know there's other visualization visualize you're going to be a bazillionaire. And
so you're a bigger fan of the V than the S and A so far. E, exercise.
Morning Glory.
E loves
it's got to be done. Yeah.
Okay. R, reading.
I'd say worth a try.
Okay.
Reading's good.
And S, finally, says scribing, which they've definitely just found something. And then it says in brackets journaling. Let's be honest, mate. It was savage, and then you try to think of an S word.
Yeah.
So journaling.
I'd say that's BS.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
So you're sort of big on the visualization and exercise, but
Yeah,
not so much on
definitely.
the others. Okay.
Well, how's that
Nice.
compared to yours? What?
Compared to my what?
Were you?
What I think about this?
Yeah.
I suppose the silence. I have meditated in the past, and I think if you are stressed or mentally not in a good way, I think it can be a really positive thing to do.
So is that a morning glory for you, or is that like a
No, I think worth a try. Like now, I wouldn't put it in my morning
Mm.
routine. I don't think I'd get as much out of it. Affirmations. I don't think I can look in a mirror and go, "You are so good, Lloyd." You are, yeah. So not for me. Exercise, definitely morning glory, because I know that it is so much better since I've done that. I've never tried journal. Like, have you tried that before? You know, people say like write down. No. So I don't know really. But exercise, definitely. I personally wouldn't do reading in the morning because I find reading quite like relaxing. And
Oh, is that got to be in the morning?
Is the what? What?
Oh,
what,
cool. Yeah. It's a morning routine.
Sorry. What's this episode then? It's got to be in the morning. What did you think we were talking about?
No, I was just.
So when do these alarms go off then?
I don't know.
It's 5:30 p.m. He's got
I
alarms
stupidly
going on.
went reading and went to my routine of reading, which is the night before. But they're saying you read in the morning. Right? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No. That would be. Yeah, that's long. Oh, you just want to get. I just want to get cracking in the morning.
Yeah.
Sitting and reading. I don't know.
Okay. Right, we're going to go quickly into one last routine. Let's see what we're doing here. So, the 5 a.m. club, Dan.
Okay.
You might like that. You get up at, well, your first alarm's 5:20.
5:20, the vibrating
This
one.
is proposed by Robin Sharma. So, split the first hour of your day into 3 20-minute segments.
Okay.
20 minutes of intense exercise. What do you think?
Morning glory.
Yeah. 20 minutes of planning and strategizing.
What, literally, like after the 20 minutes exercise?
Yeah. You were sweating out.
No, I would. No, I'm not into that. No.
And 20 minutes of personal growth, which could be reading or learning.
See, I feel like I do those other things, but it doesn't have to be in that intense amount of time, just one after the other. Do you not think?
Okay. Yeah.
What about you?
Do you know what? I think if you're really like time poor, I think that's the cool way of saying it, when you've got so much going on in your life. I feel like if you were like, oh, I can have an hour, that would be really good, I think. If you do 20 minutes of intense exercise every single day, that's a pretty good thing to be in.
I just want to read this other one. This because it sounds funny. Can I just quickly do this one?
Yeah.
I'll do it to you and you can tell me.
Okay, I'll see.
So the final one it's called Mindful Start.
Okay. Sounds like my cup of tea.
So
Green tea.
a routine focused on mindfulness and presence. Is how it's described.
Presence.
No, spelled differently.
All right, okay, not.
Begin with 10 minutes of deep breathing. Lloyd, I can imagine you in bed next to your wife.
Okay, 10 minutes of deep breathing. Oh,
So wait, imagine you've just woken up. Your vibrating alarm's gone off.
Look off. Okay.
10 minutes deep breathing. Ready for the next one? Imagine you doing this. After 10 minutes deep breathing, you engage in a mindfulness activity. You like colouring, knitting, or even washing dishes.
So after you just hear the tapping of, oh, that's my knitting needles just in
For
bed.
20 minutes. So, okay, you into that?
No, BS.
Okay, and then finally, conclude with a gratitude journal entry or positive affirmations.
Wow, I kind of used to do the gratitude thing, but worth a try, mate.
Oh, these are fun.
So
That's right, I know we're taking the piss.
Hang on, so what you should do there, just deep breathe. Oh, sorry, I'm just angry about this one. You just breathe really deeply, do some knitting, and then say in the mirror, "I'm so good at knitting and breathing deeply."
That is bullshit. That one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
but like some of these different elements of these things could actually be useful. I know we're joking about it, but give it a go.
Okay. Well, Anchors, hopefully, either you've just been laughing at my morning routine, or you've learnt something that you might pick up from these morning routines. But I hope you've enjoyed this. And
remember to kiss your wife.
Yeah. Or husband. Or
husband.
partner.
Yeah.
Or brother.
What the?
We'll leave it there. So we will
We'll
see you in your ears next time. Episode.
Just before you go, we want to take a second to talk about our podcast sponsors, Adobe Express. Adobe Express enables anyone to quickly and easily create standout social graphics, logos, flyers, banners, and more on the web and mobile. There are so many amazing features and benefits to using Adobe Express. You can choose from thousands of beautifully designed templates to inspire you and get started. You can quickly remove a background, convert JPEG to PNG, videos to GIFs, merge videos, change video speeds, and more. Apply your brand to your content in just a tap and collaborate with your colleagues through shared templates and libraries. You'll also get access to the entire diverse, royalty-free Adobe stock photo collection created by the world's best professionals and choose from over 20,000 licensed Adobe fonts, as well as their collection of curved typesets, grids, and exquisite font pairings. You can apply standout photo effects in seconds, discover easy bite-sized tips to get you started on the Learn tab, or connect on one of their creator community spaces to stay close to our team and fellow users. Now that's a lot of features to get your teeth into. Click the link in the description of the episode to give Adobe Express a go today, and we'll see you next week.